I take cold showers every morning. I train hard and I ran a marathon, but I still had a discipline problem. Not because I didn't know what to do. I knew exactly what to do. The problem was I'd get hyped for 3 days, work like an absolute machine, but then by day 4, gone. Routine dead, back to zero. And that crash felt confusing because for 3 days I proved to myself I could do it, which made the fall even worse. I used to think that it was a me problem, that I was weak, that I just needed a better system, a better schedule, but I was wrong. And every discipline video you ever watched probably got this wrong too. So here's what every discipline video tells you. Wake up at 5 a.m., take a cold shower, build a strong and disciplined mindset, stack your habits, behave like David Goggins. And yeah, maybe you try it. You actually do it. Day 1, incredible. Day 2, still going. Day 3, great. But then by day 4, you missed the alarm. And just like that, the streak is over. And then a week later, you're back on YouTube, watching another discipline video, wondering what went wrong. I call this the hype cycle trap. And it's the reason why 99% of people who want to build discipline never manage to do it. It's not because they don't care, it's not because they're incapable. It's because they built everything on something that was never meant to last. Hype is not discipline. It's actually the exact opposite of discipline. As long as you keep relying on it, you will keep failing every single time the hype runs out. So, the first thing every discipline video gets wrong is confusing hype for discipline. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and it goes. You cannot build a body or a life based on a feeling. Feelings are unstable by nature. And discipline is the exact opposite. I still take cold showers on the days I hate it. I still train in the days in which my body feels destroyed. Not because I feel motivated, but because I decided I want to be the kind of person who behaves like that. And this decision doesn't get renegotiated every morning. No internal discussion, no maybe later. So the moment when you stop asking yourself, do I feel like doing it today? That's when real discipline starts kicking in. Now, here's something nobody wants to admit. The 3-day hype burst you get from watching a discipline video. It's not discipline. It feels like progress, but it's not progress. It's just dopamine. You watch the video and you feel fired up. You make a plan, and your brain rewards you for that before you've even done a single thing. You feel accomplished without having earned anything. And that's exactly the trap. So when day 4 comes and the dopamine is gone, there's nothing left because you've built your routine on a high, not on a decision. I used to do this constantly. I'd watch something that fired me up, go train like an animal for 3 days, and then crash. And every time I crashed, I thought the problem was me. But the real problem wasn't me. It was the foundation on which I built my decision. It's like trying to sprint a marathon every single week. You cannot build discipline on hype. You build it on the days nothing is pushing you forwards but the person you decided to be. Those quiet, boring, and low energy days, that's where your identity is actually built. Every discipline framework I've seen talks about running towards something. Your goals, your mission, your purpose. But that's weak. What actually works is knowing what you're running away from. Because pain is immediate and fear is real. And your brain responds to that way better than any abstract desire. For me, it's the version of myself that quits, that sleeps in, that tells himself, oh, I'll start on Monday. And I've been that guy. I know how it looks like. And I refuse to look like that again. I refuse to going back to the person who was ashamed of his body, who was too insecure to go to talk to other people. And this is not motivation, it's a standard. And the most important thing is that standards don't disappear when motivation is gone. They don't disappear when hype is gone. A standard is something you uphold even when no one is watching, even when you don't feel like doing what you're supposed to do. So ask yourself, what's the version of yourself you're terrified of becoming? Get really specific. Picture him, how he looks like, how he behaves. Because on the days you don't want to train, on the days in which the cold shower feels like torture, that will be exactly the guy who you're fighting. A real, specific person you would never want to go back to. And I'll tell you exactly when this clicked for me. I had been trying to take cold showers for months. I'd go hard for a week, maybe 2, but then I skipped one morning and I had to reset everything again. So same cycle, over and over, different week, different methods, but then I just couldn't stick to it. But then one day I sat down and genuinely asked myself, who am I afraid of becoming? And the answer was very clear. I was terrified of being the guy who talks about training, about the cold showers, about discipline, but deep down is soft, is inconsistent, unreliable. I was afraid of becoming someone who couldn't be trusted, and not by anyone else, but by myself. And this really hit harder than any other motivational speech. That was the day I stopped relying on hype. Not because I read the right book or found the correct routine, but because I looked at the person I didn't want to become, pictured him, and made my decision. The cold shower every morning isn't discipline because it's hard. It's discipline because it's the first decision I make every morning. And it tells me I'm still that person, that I haven't quit. It's proof. It's daily proof. Not intention, but it tells me I'm on track. So here's the only thing I really want you to take from this video. Stop trying to look for better motivation. Stop searching for hype. Stop redesigning your morning routine. You don't need a new system, a new angle. You need a non-negotiable standard. So ask this question to yourself. Who is the version of me I'm the most afraid of becoming? Write it down and be extremely specific. Every time you don't want to do something, that's who you're fighting. That's it. One question and one decision. You either make it or you don't. And be very honest. Not for me, but for yourself. Because that's exactly where discipline starts or it doesn't. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one.